I bet you're all wondering the same thing. What is NBA 2K21 all about, both current gen and next gen?
So we're going directly to the developers to ask.
Gameplay director Mike Wing joins us here on 2K TV. Mike, how are you?
Hey, it's great to see you guys.
How has development been?
And a shot from a little earlier as the Hornets get off the team bus looking very focused. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at shooting guard. And for New York, they've got Barrett. Julius Randle is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Payton in at the 1. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Biyombo with the block. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Bridges leading the charge. New York with the ball. It's a three-point game. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
A lot of different styles of basketball, and, you know, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just want a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. We want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Over to the wing. The kick out to Rozier. That's tipped.
And you want more of this one. Randle makes an effort on defense. He's capable of blocking shots.
Took him no time at all on that one. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. They get a hand on it. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. Now, here's Bridges, defended by Harkless. The kick out to Rozier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randle grabs the board. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 1. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And Mo Harkless, the basket, on the assist from Gibson. Harkless has got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Payton. The shot, no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Passes it to Washington. We've got 1:55 left in the first. Biyombo in the post, working on Gibson. Washington, that's good.
I mean, like the kick out there, recognizing there's more room outside than inside.
Here's Harkless. He drains it from the right block. 8 points for him.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench. Not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. The Hornets also changing it up. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Rozier. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it galloping, the fast break chance.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
New York trailing. Ntilikina passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
There's the pass to Batum. There's the feed to Zeller. Pass to Bacon. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. That one a little long for New York. They've gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Basket good.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Washington. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Takes the 13-footer. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, so far, both teams have been outstanding at the offensive end. A lot of game left to play.
Back right after this. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender.
Defense is 80% of will, and
a young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Knicks, they've got Portis. Reggie Bullock is out there with Ntilikina. Then it's Robinson, and it's Knox in at the 3 slot. Pass to Graham. Fires from 18. Basket counts. Graham's got 7 points in the game. New York leading by 3. Here's Ntilikina. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one, because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic. How about that guy? That's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him, and then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from, and that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you, because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
It's checked in for New York. Passes to Ellington. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Here is Ellington. Out left to the wing. Payton, right side. Nails the 16-footer. Payton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Bridges inside the three-point line. But they get it back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Robinson. First in shooting percentage. And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. Randall's checked in for New York. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Biyombo is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Biyombo. It's rebounded by New York.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke piece.
He gets that one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And stolen by Payton. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Robinson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Knicks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That one is off. That one is no good. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Bridges. Makes it off the glass.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside. For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
The shot by Payton, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
Shot by Zeller, no good. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Here's Ellington. Here's Barrett. And the call on the shot, it sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For New York, they have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Kevin Knox comes in for Payton. Bridges passes to Rozier to end the run, and Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Here's Ellington. Hornets with the rebound. Biyombo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the wing right side. Back to Zeller. The pass to Rozier. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
So quick and decisive. Barrett's speed and fearlessness is hard to match up against when you're defending. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, finally, he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Oh, looking to connect with the open man Portis. He's got the right mentality out there.
And so it's New York. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've dictated. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. There was no stopping R.J. Barrett in the first half. He had 12 points. And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. We've got Bismack Biyombo. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the two-guard spot. Inside. Here's Randall. Second chance shot. Shot's good by Gibson.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Bridges passes to Biyombo. Lays it up and banks it in. Biyombo's got his second basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. From long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their three-point percentages for the last 10 games. Number one, Terry Rozier.
I mean, his first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the three, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available.
And that's what makes him such a tough matchup. You can't leave him alone on the perimeter for a second.
And the 6'4", 485-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
Second shot opportunity and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Knicks have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And, D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. For the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And out of St. John's, Mo Harkless in his 7th NBA season.
Yeah, and he's coming into his own as a defensive-minded wing. I mean, his offense is still a work in progress, but he's still in his mid-20s. He's got some time.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Charlotte making a switch here. Batum's checked in, and there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Randall, and it's Knox in for Maurice Harkless. The Hornets also with a sub. Zeller's checked in, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. New York with the foul.
Well, you can't blame the defender. He was trying to be aggressive. But Zeller with just too much size and athleticism.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bacon's checked in, so neither attempt will fall that time for him. And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the standings.
Kicks it to Graham. Unloads. Charlotte no good that time either.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Yes, that goes in. Portis has got his second bucket of the night.
And this speaks to how strong Portis is. It's obvious he enjoys showing off that muscle.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Bullock. Here's Zeller, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Worked that one inside nicely.
The Knicks leading by 10. Outside for Robinson. New York moving the ball around. And here's Bullock from the arc. They get it again and finish off by Robinson.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
Here's Bacon. No good off the front iron.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And here's Bullock from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Bullock's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Hornets trail by 15. Here's Bacon to the inside. Washington passes to Graham. Here's Bacon. Lets it go from deep. Ball's knocked loose, but he stays with it. A three-pointer, no good.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
It's good. Bullock's got 5 points so far.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Stolen by Robinson.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to get the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Here's Bacon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for him.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Ntilikina, no good on that one. And so it's New York riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Barrett Knox in at the forward position. Payton is out there with Wayne Ellington, and it's Gibson in at center. That's the 5 for New York right now. Three-pointer Ellington. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Down low, here's Batum, and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
And Batum is so skilled at finishing off these dunks. His vertical is just astounding.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That'll be his second foul of the game. Charlotte on D. It's a 13-point game. Ellington kicks to Payton.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Hoop inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
Agreed.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Biyombo goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Payton, that's good.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Hornets trail by 14. To the middle. It's stolen by Randall. Feeds it to Gibson by himself. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Rozier with the steal. Batum with the ball. Now defended by Randall. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Batum.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Batum's got 8 points in the quarter. New York leading by 10. Harkless the pass to Gibson. Back to Harkless. That's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist by Bridges. Zeller's got it back down to single digits for Charlotte. Payton drives in. That one goes. Count it. Hornets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Now, here's Bridges. He's tightly guarded. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for New York. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Knicks making a switch here. Bullock's checked in. Payton attacking. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Knicks.
And the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. Chris, last season the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too. I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Knicks leading by 10. Inside, from 8, here's Biyombo. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Knicks.
Look at the number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Robinson.
He had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
It's good.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Here's Harkless. Biyombo with the block. And he recovers it. Shot's good by Gibson. Now Rozier. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, the game got away from them, but hopefully they've learned some things, and hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments next time.
Beyond the arc, drains the three-pointer. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Payton, that's good.
The inbound play works to perfection. You got to love to get those quick hitters.
Off the inbound pass. The shot that time not on target. So it's New York picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
so excited to have you back on the show, as always. But Mike, I know you can't give away everything, but the big question has been, is Next Gen just going to be the same game, but 2.0? What can you tell us?
It's absolutely not, Alexis, and I think that's something that we're so excited about is that, we've actually taken the current gen version of the game and we split development between VC Novato and our studio in LA called VC South. And so they've done a great job just taking
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. And we've got...
Well, guys...
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. We've got Bismack Biyombo, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. And for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the 5 down low.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Now, here's Rozier. And here is Graham. 6 to shoot. Biyombo, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Rose attacking. Back to Wood. Over Washington. Wood can't hit. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
And here's Rose after Miles Bridges getting his shot to go from deep.
Love the aggressiveness, the tenacity of Derrick Rose. Love driving the basketball into the teeth of the defense.
Biyombo with it. Griffin on him. Biyombo, the pass to Washington. Shoots over Griffin, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Now the pass to Rose. Lays it up off the glass. Rose has got his second bucket tonight.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Now, here's Bridges. He's covered closely. Passes it to Graham. Griffin with the steal. It's tipped. Washington passes to Biyombo. Tries again, and it's denied. And he's able to get it back. Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rose passes to Wood. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. It's a tie ball game. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 4. Pass to Kennard. In the corner, Snell with it. To the paint. Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And they bumped this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
To the inside, Washington. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pistons trail by 6. 59 seconds left to play in the first. Rose attacking, and he banks in the layup. Rose has got 6.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Graham with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Washington. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Snell, the pass to Rose. And Detroit again with the bucket.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
Bridges kicks to Rozier. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Kennard's shot is off. Here's Wood. That shot missing.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
And so it's Charlotte with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
Maker out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Brown, and it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. And he uses the glass on the layup. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Here's Galloway. It's blocked. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now, it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
And now you look at the top rookie rebounders in the season's second half. You look at Washington, a terrific rebounder, 5th overall.
Well, he continues to improve. I mean, since the break, he's taken it to another level, looking less and less like a rookie every day.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
And there's the pass to Henson. Over Zeller. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Henson.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender, right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Wants to get it to Rose, and does. Henson in the post. He's against Zeller.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
Well, the brand new Little Caesars Arena here in Detroit. How are you feeling it, Smitty?
GA, it's a great state-of-the-art facility. Glad the new location is in downtown Detroit. Hopefully, an iconic venue for an iconic team.
Steve, let me ask you what's better for a young player's development? Being on a worse team getting more minutes or being on a good team and getting fewer minutes?
You know, I think always getting a chance, Kevin, to play minutes is best for a younger guy. But if it's hurting the team, you don't want to see the coaching staff playing these younger guys just to get the one guy ready. I think you still have to think about the team. You have to have guys earn minutes, whether they're a rookie, whether they're a veteran or not, and I think that's better for young teams.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the basket by Detroit. And it's Graham missing. Brown outside. And he converts the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Hornets lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Passes it to Zeller. Second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Washington's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Wood. Graham defending. Shot clock at 6. Rose passes to Wood. No good on the triple. Hornets leading by 6. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Rose kicks to Wood. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Henson. And that's 10 points for Rose.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
To the paint. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring points.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
Here's Snell, still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Pistons have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Thon Maker's checked in for Detroit. Doumbouya comes in for Christian Wood.
Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Rozier against Rose. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Pass to Bacon. Shoots over Doumbouya. They get it back. It's good on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 6.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Rose attacking. Here's Maker. And here's Brown outside. And Bacon pulls it down. The Hornets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Rozier, the pass to Bridges. Back to Rozier. Fires for 3. Good on the triple. And now it's a 9-point Charlotte lead.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
Rose has really accepted the responsibility of being the leader of this team. They look to him to deliver night after night.
And so it's Charlotte, bringing the quarter to a close with us. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They have a nice 7-point lead. And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets? And that does it for our...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2. 5 to shoot. Rozier kicks to Biyombo. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Biyombo's got the first points of the second half here for the Hornets. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with, Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotions into his game.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Makai Lucas checked in, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Here's Washington. 10 points for him. Kicks to Graham. Uncovered, and there's another one for the Hornets. Pistons trail by 8. There's Galloway. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Griffin. Can't connect from short range.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double-checking, and the game continues on.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
That's what Griffin is known for best, his unreal vertical, which allows him to go over defenders.
Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. And here is Bridges. And the pass to Graham. Feeds to Biyombo. And it goes down 2 points. Biyombo's got 4 points in the quarter.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Passes to Wood. Here's Snell. Graham defending. Well, so the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
Derrick Rose is checked in for the Pistons. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Zeller's checked in.
People wonder how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from L.A. to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Here's Kennard. And the 3 off target. Here's Biyombo. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
Outside for Batum, fires the 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Now, here's Rozier. Defense is right there, and the basket is good.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Derrick Rose.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Wood, defended by Bridges, and stolen by Zeller. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Rose, count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Bacon. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Bacon's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Griffin. Bucket is good.
This is where Blake does most of his damage. Just get him the rock inside the paint.
Pass to Bacon. On the wing, Batum. And there's the pass to Rozier. Back to Batum. Pass to Bacon. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Here's McCray. No good on the last second attempt there. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Hornets lead by 6. Live from Little Caesars. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got McCray. Maker out there with Doumbouya. And it's Galloway in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Stolen by Doumbouya. And here comes the break. Here's Maker. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What I like about Thon Maker, he's enthusiastic, driven, and hungry.
He misses the free throw. And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
Batum scanning the floor. Now Graham, pass to Washington. And Galloway pulls it down. And stolen by Graham. Here's Washington, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Galloway kicks to Maker. Clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Biyombo is checked in for Charlotte. Rozier comes in for Nicholas Batum. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And it's Rozier missing. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. It's a 5-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
A beautiful reverse layup. Rose has got 20 points.
The last thing you want to see from the defense is Derrick Rose starting to find a rhythm with his shot.
Pass to Washington. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Griffin passes to Kennard. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. This one for 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Hornets now going the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They grabbed their own miss. Rozier the pass to Washington. Charlotte moving it around. Launches a 3. And it's Rozier missing. The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Down low, Griffin. And Rozier pulls it down. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Here's Kennard. Graham defending. Kennard kicks to Griffin. 1:44 left to play in the final quarter.
I mean, when Blake is coming at you full speed, you have 2 choices. Let him go or foul him.
Shooting for Detroit, Blake Griffin.
Gets the first. That brings them within 8. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Griffin hits them both. And here is Graham. Rose with the double team. Rozier the pass to Graham. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter of this one. No good with the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there it is for him. 14 points for Blake Griffin.
That's a big bucket for Blake. Teammates have to love that shot.
Graham kicks to Rozier. The pass to Bridges. Back to Rozier. Graham, the pass to Bridges. Biyombo with it. Unloads from 13. No love that time with that miss. He is now 6 for 9.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Blake Griffin. Shooting free throws.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
You know, it's interesting. Blake has increased his shooting range, but that hasn't really carried over to the free throw line.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
Biyombo, the pass to Washington. Dishes to Bridges. Passes it to Graham. Inside, here's Biyombo. Offensive rebound. It's blocked.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
Here's Charlotte now. 3-point lead. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Now, here's Bridges. Here's Graham. No good. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Now, Mike, with all this new technology, what does that mean for gameplay in NBA 2K21 for the next generation?
Yeah, and that's, whenever we have a new console year, that's something that always excites us as developers because we're always able to look and kind of dream bigger. And for us, it just meant, faster processing. It meant more memory. Just the ability to do things that we couldn't do in last generation.
How is that for a gorgeous sight? And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2. And for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown. And it's Bonga in at the 3, the small forward.
Paul, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Here's Hachimura. He doesn't hit that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. A drive by Bryant.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Now, here's Rozier. Napier covering. Rozier kicks to Green. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Pass to Napier. And stolen by Graham. Fast break now for Charlotte. Lets it go from 14. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
This is what Terry Rozier gives you. Out of the point guard position, the willingness to rebound the position. That's part of his appeal. I'll tell you, he turns a difficult situation of duress into a simple basket with a precision pass out of the double team.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Bonga, defended by Bridges. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Washington, winding things down this season. They're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot. And, of course, the Hornets right behind him, just one spot down.
And seeing where Washington is, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Here's Napier, following the score by Charlotte. Just 4 to shoot. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Bonga. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 4 assists in the game. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 1. Bridges inside the three-point line. Misses off the right iron. Wizards have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Here's Brown. And that one is good.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
And so here's Charlotte following the bucket by the Wizards. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, with that frame, if Bismack Biyombo gets that kind of position, your best bet is to foul him.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Washington. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Here's Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Here's Batum following the bucket by the Wizards, and he makes that one.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Graham missing. Washington trailing. Wagner passes to Smith. Here's Wagner. Graham defending. Here's Wagner. Smith for three. Robinson for three. Headshot off. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Hornets lead by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Wizards 5 right now. Smith is out there with Robinson. Then there's Ian Mahimi and Hachimura in at the small forward. And on our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all want. David, thank you.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Now, here is Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 5 on the clock. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Boys, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Here's Wagner. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Robinson passes to Wagner. The kick out to Brown. He's looking for Mahimi and finds him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Over the years, Mahimi has become more and more offensive-minded. You get him a paint touch, he's thinking score it.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Washington. Shabazz Napier comes in for Ish Smith. Washington's checked in for the Hornets.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Now, here's Mahimi. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Napier dishes to Brown. Poked away. And here they come. Here's Bridges. Zeller trying to free himself up. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Zeller with the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Hornets now. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Bacon gets the bucket. And now it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Napier passes to Bryant. And finish off by Bryant.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Bacon. Zeller trying to free himself up. Bacon's shot is off. Wizards have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Passes to Napier. His first shot coming late. Again, the Wizards score.
That's That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
Zeller passes to Washington.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Hornets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And Washington making a change here. August checked in. Both good from the line that time. Here's Robinson. No points in the game yet for him. There's a minute left now here in the second. And the foul on Dwayne Bacon. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. The Wizards shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. 54 seconds left to play here in the half. Now, here's Rozier. Napier covering. Rozier kicks to Zeller. Pass to Bacon. Shot clock at 5. Now, here's Rozier. Tight defense on him, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Washington making some changes. Mo Wagner comes in for Thomas Bryant, and it's Ish Smith in for Robinson. The Hornets also with a sub. Batum's checked in. Here's Bonga over to the left wing. Now the pass to Hachimura. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hachimura's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
The Hornets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And that one falls for Graham. And he makes both free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Smith outside. Jacks up a 3. But they recover it. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead. And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Miles Bridges, he's been playing really well.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the 2. So it's the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Wizards. To the wing on the left. Rozier against Brown. Pass to Washington. Shot clock at 3. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Washington's got 10 points.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
The kick out to Brown. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. It's deflected. And it's stolen by Brown. To the middle. Here's Hachimura. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Bridges kicks to Rozier. Here's Washington. 10 points for him. Tipped away. Here's Biyombo. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Wizards trail by 3. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Mahimi's checked in for Washington. There's Brown with the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. He has 7. So it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Washington. Following the three-pointer by Washington. That one goes in. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Smith scanning the floor. Knocks it loose. Batum with the steal. Bridges with it. He's got 10. And they're on the break. Batum with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Washington. And that one hits back iron. Wizards have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Smith for 3. Batum grabs the miss. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And the basket by Rozier.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
From 10 feet out, the shot by Mahimi, no good. Charlotte leading by 3. Here's Washington. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Smith outside. Wizards passing it around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Mo Wagner's checked in for the Wizards. The Hornets also with a sub. Bacon, he's checked in for Bridges.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Smith against Rozier. 6 to shoot. Dishes it to Zeller. Down low. Here's Washington. Not going to go that time. And it's Washington the other way.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Robinson, that's good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Batum against Robinson. Batum, good.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Hachimura the pass to Smith. Snatched away.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Here's Hachimura. Robinson makes it off the glass. Robinson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
No one near Rozier, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Oh, and that's a monster shot to close out the third, and the lead is theirs heading into the final quarter.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Smith. Wagner out there with Thomas Bryant. And then it's Robinson, and it's Bonga in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here's Biyombo. It's stolen by Smith. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. Finished off the break. Robinson's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
This is it to Biyombo. Lots of room. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, you want to see Bismack Biyombo continue to develop, and if he starts hitting that shot consistently, that's tremendous for him.
And that one, good.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Bacon after the basket by Washington. Back to Biyombo. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one. Robinson goes in. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Bacon the pass to Biyombo. Kicks to Zeller. Here's Bacon. Back to Zeller. Feeds it to Biyombo. Shot from 6. Rebounded by the Wizards. Wagner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the paint. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Smith kicks to Robinson. 5 on the clock. A 3 ball. It's Biyombo with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The first free throw is good. Some changes for Charlotte. Bridges is checked in for Zeller. And it's Rozier in for Nicholas Batum. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Lays it up off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now, here's Bridges. Graham hits it from 3-point range. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Banked in off the glass. And now a 3-point Hornets lead.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Smith outside. Here's Utah. There's the triple. The shot's good from Smith.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much, and you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Rozier against Robinson. Out to the wing. Releases. Got a piece of it.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender.
Here's Hachimura. Robinson drives in. Here's Wagner. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Money!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Now, here's Biyombo. Pass to Bacon. Back to Biyombo. Over Wagner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. This possession gives them a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one slip away.
Both teams deciding to change it up. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Here's Napier. It's good!
A big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
To the right side. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rozier, the pass to Zeller. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
Napier, and almost gets it to go. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Table with next gen.
Obviously, the 2K community wants to know more about 2K21, so we wanted to invite one member of the 2K community on the show today.
Welcome, Agent 00 to 2K TV. Agent, what has been up lately?
I've just been focusing on content, to be honest with you. That's really been it. It's been my life. Every moment from when I wake up to when I go to sleep, I'm just working on some kind of different video.
A lot going on here in the Queen. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
So the New York starting five. We've got Mo Harkless. Barrett is out there with Alfred Payton. Then it's Randy. And it's Gibson in at the 5 down low. And for Charlotte, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2. Payton against Rozier. Biyombo with the block. The putback. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Here's Washington. And he banks in the layup. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
The Knicks have gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Here's Barrett. Biyombo with the block. They get it back. Here's Gibson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Miles Bridges.
Commend the physical play of Taj Gibson. He brings that every night. When he's shooting, he's skilled at drawing contact.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And here is Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against Miami.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Bridges, following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Bridges kicks to Rozier, passes it to Graham. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Randall. Here we go, one-on-one. And Harkless slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Biyombo, that's good.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Now, here's Bridges after Mo Harkless's miss. Biyombo down low. Robinson on him. Lets it go. Graham. Here's Washington. Robinson with the block. Here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Pass to Rozier. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Now, here's Bridges, defended by Harkless. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Here's Washington. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And here's some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. You look at Robinson, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
You know, he's gotten to the top of that list because he has a terrific sense and touch around the basket. He just finds ways to convert low post opportunities.
Here's Bullock, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Hornets trail by 4. Graham with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Zeller. Clock at 4. The kick out to Rozier. There's Bacon. And again, the Hornets missing.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Here's Ntilikina. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, the man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Knocked away. Stolen by Bullock. And here's the fast break. Randle leading it all the way. Barrett. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Bacon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Zeller. Poked loose. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point. thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Bacon in at the small forward position. So that's the Hornets 5.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Ntilikina. Graham with the rebound.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Comes up empty down low.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
It's tipped. Here's Bacon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Graham missing. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Ellington tips it. Graham with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
The pass to Bacon. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Great long strides there from Kevin Knox, and a beautiful hoop gliding down the floor in transition.
Hope they get it back. You can't get that one. New York leading by 8. Pass to Ntilikina. He kicks it to Ellington. Kept alive by New York. Count that one. Ntilikina's got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it's Bullock in the corner. Portis trying to free himself. And it's Bullock missing.
You told me this was the kind of game he was going to have. I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
Ntilikina can't hit.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And here are the Hornets now. The Knicks making the shot. Bacon the pass to Washington. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Payton left side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Payton's got the lead up to 10 now for the Knicks.
Good show of confidence. Payton looking good, trying his luck from the interior that time.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Inside. Deflects the pass. Batum passes to Washington. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They've led by as much as 10. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Batum attacking. Misses from short range.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some run out.
Pass to Harkless. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Another shot, Robinson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Miles Bridges.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Robinson hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. Rozier for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Rozier's got 5 points now in the quarter. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Five seconds left in the first half of the game. No good that time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks lead by 3.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfert, what's working for you guys in the first half? How did you get yourselves going?
We were able to get out and run. We're getting it out the rim fast and getting out the court.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They've got a 3-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the...
And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization to help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most, and that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Can't make it a distraction. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. They've got Barrett. Harkless is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Taj Gibson, and it's Payton in at the point.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Quickly, let's bring up the list of the top rookie three-point bombers in the NBA. You look at Washington. A dangerous player from three-point land, a great talent with a great release.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bacon's checked in. And then for New York, Knox, he's checked in for Harkless. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And Ellington is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Ellington. And the layup's good off the glass. Ellington's got his first basket of the night. The Hornets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now, here's Rozier. Ellington defending. Rozier kicks to Bridges. To the inside. Here's Washington. Here's Biyombo. Pass to Bacon. Tries again. And again, the Hornets missing. The Knicks with the lead. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, so strong, and when he gets that straight line drive, Kevin, he's going to go right at anybody that's in his way to get contact.
Charlotte making a switch here. Zeller's checked in, and New York with a change here, too. Portis is checked in. Here's Zeller. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Biyombo's got 7 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
And that one drops for him. Ellington's got his second bucket of the night.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Biyombo, that's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Knox. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Charlotte, they're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, the Knicks, just a couple spots back.
And, you know, for the Hornets, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
1:07 left here in the third quarter. High post Zeller. Randall on him. Biyombo tipped back in for two. Biyombo's got 9 points here in the second half.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Knox misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Stolen by Bullock. And stolen by Biyombo. Zeller passes to Bacon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Julius Randle picks one up. For Charlotte, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And a new group in for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Julius Randle. Harkless comes in for Kevin Knox. It's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Payton in for Wayne Ellington.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
The pass to Graham. To the paint. Here's Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Here's Harkless. Nice shot from 10 feet out. And the Knicks lead by 3. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Outside, Batum. The feed now to Bridges. And stolen by Portis. 2 on the clock. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Now it's a 5-point New York lead.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Knicks out front, leading by 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. New York leading by 5, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Batum. And it's Graham in at the point. Here's Washington, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Payton.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Outside Robinson, the shot from 20 feet away. Knicks with a new 14.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 6 points for Cody Zeller. The Knicks leading by 3. Batum with the steal. Out to the right wing. Graham, the pass to Washington. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Batum dishes to Graham. Nailed from three-point land. Graham's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Payton. Count it. Payton's got the game tied up here for New York.
Good slice and dice from Payton there in the lane, finding room.
Over in the corner, Batum. Over Barrett. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Barrett gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 2.
They look to Barrett in these spots because they trust the young man's ability to finish in the open court.
Here's Graham, covered by Payton. Shot clock at 6. Graham, the pass to Zeller. Kicks to Graham. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Biyombo is checked in for the Hornets. Rozier comes in for Nicholas Batum. And then for New York, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Rando comes in for Portis. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Payton, that's good.
Big-time shot from Elfrid Payton.
Hornets trail by 4. Bridges passes to Biyombo. Here's Washington, defended by Gibson. Tries from 10. No good off the back of the rim. For New York, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Bullock kicks to Harkless. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Biyombo, the pass to Washington. To Biyombo, that one good for 2. Biyombo's got 11 in the second half.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
Here's Washington. And he gets the whistle. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call Right, and I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Rozier. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Gibson, money!
That's all because Taj Gibson got set up early and was ready to deliver.
And so here's Charlotte. Charlotte moving the ball around. Pass to Biyombo. Gibson with the steal. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Payton. And Rozier pulls it down. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Right wing. Bridges for three. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
Biyombo with the block. Here's Graham. Got it!
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. RPM check benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Absolutely.
So you're representing the 2K community right now. If there's anything you could ask Mike, what would it be?
It's all gonna be things he can't say. Like, when's it dropping? Like I need to know everything, man. Like, hey, Mike, just want you to know you are appreciated. I know the devs don't hear that all the time, but I know you be working day in and day out.
Appreciate it, Agent. What kind of questions are you asking specifically?
Like, yo, when's the game release? Is it gonna release for PS4? When's the PS?
A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in Uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Welcome. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Charlotte, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, there's the Pistons, 2 spots down.
And right now for the Pistons, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
They have their work cut out in the offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Wood in at the 5. And for the Hornets, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2. Here's Biyombo. Pass to Washington. Graham kicks to Bridges. Charlotte moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Biyombo. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you said.
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Inside. Here's Washington. Had a hand on it. Up top, Griffin. Graham defending. Griffin kicks to Snell. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You have to keep this man out of the paint. Griffin, professional poster maker.
Graham, the pass to Rozier. And here is Graham. There's the 3. That's good. And it's Rozier with the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Kennard kicks to Griffin. Outside Rose. Now here's Griffin. Not a lot of room. Over Washington. That shot by Griffin, no good. Charlotte trailing. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Rose against Rozier. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And Griffin slams it in.
And that That was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Great positioning on the putback. Biyombo's got his second bucket tonight.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Kennard. No good. Shot missing. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
To the left side wing. Rozier for three. Rebound, Detroit. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, how often do we hear it, Greg? I mean, you got to take care of the basketball. I mean, they got to be much more disciplined tonight.
Wood passes to Snell. A rebound by Washington.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
So both teams changing it up here. Fires from deep. And that's good. Terry Rozier for three. And that'll tie this game up.
Oh, beautiful looking three ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Batum. Mikhailuk passes to Maker. And the dunk by Maker.
Now this is what you like seeing. Maker not just laying it up, but powering down. Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Here's Doumbouya. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Tie game here in Charlotte. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Detroit, Doumbouya is out there with Maker. Then there's Brown, and it's Mikhailuk in at the three.
And one thing that gives these scouts confidence in Zeller's ability to expand his shooting range is the fact that he's been a solid free throw shooter ever since he's entered this league.
Galloway, the pass to Brown. Off target with his three. Charlotte has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Zeller, nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Zeller's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets. Brown inside, and that one good.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Here's Bacon. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Zeller. Doumbouya pulls it in. And so Brown will bring it up for Detroit. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Batum wide open. He fires. Kept alive by Charlotte. Pass to Rozier. Here's Washington. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 3 assists now in this one. Passes it to Maker. Here's Doumbouya. Rozier defending. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Maker's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
At 7'1", you got to box out Maker because he's capable of burning you on the offensive glass.
Down low, and the dunk by Maker.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
I like when Maker is being assertive on offense, looking for his own shot, attracting the contact.
The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. P.J. Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon. What Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Graham. And Henson pulls it down. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. To the middle. The kick out to Brown. Here's the pass to McCray. And it's off from three-point range. And starting for the Pistons, it was a loss to Philadelphia. To the paint. Pass to Graham. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. A new 14 for Charlotte. Outside Batum. And he's good on the 3-ball. Batum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Here's McCray. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. For Detroit, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First free throw is good.
You look back at the Blake Griffin trade. Many thought the Pistons gave up too much, but it's worked out for them.
Yeah, losing the picks for Griffin, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions. That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
The Pistons shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
On the free throw, no good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Maker sends it back.
Proving he can be an active defender. Great hustle from Maker to stifle the shooter.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
3 turnovers in the quarter alone, a bad stretch, and they can't win this game without better play from him.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Rose passes to Maker. Banked in off the glass. Maker's got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end, and he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Pass to Bridges. The tray. No good there.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And so it's Detroit bringing the quarter to a close with a...
Kevin, thanks. Coach, you guys have gotten defense into offense.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Thon Maker having an outstanding game. He had 16 points, 2 blocks. That's all for now.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A fantastic game from Thon Maker in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
We've got Terry Rozier. Bridges out there with Washington. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in a shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Kennard. Right side Rose. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Oh, not many players with a more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
On the pass to Graham. Bridges for 3. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Washington's got 9 points.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Griffin. Makes it off the glass. 10 points for him. Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, dominate the Bulls at that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
Rozier for 3. Rebounded by Snell.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. You see a lot of this now.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. To the left wing. To the inside. Here's Biyombo. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Good luck finding anyone who's up to the challenge of taking on Griffin tonight. He's going to torch anyone they put on.
Pass to Bridges. Shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Hate to say it, he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game. And the chemistry Griffin has with his teammates, he's so good at realizing when to jump for the alley-oop.
Pass to Washington. Kicks it to Bridges. Passes to Graham. Back to Bridges. Here's Washington. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Biyombo's got 8 points.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Here's Kennard. Rozier defending. There's 1:47 left to play in the third. Here's Kennard. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Using his speed to his advantage, Griffin, once again, he has the momentum to make sure he's going to dunk it home with force.
Shot from 16, and it's Rozier missing.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Yep, it counts. Kennard's got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Bridges passes to Washington. Over in the corner, Rozier. Here's Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Biyombo, that's good.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Rose in the post. Graham defending. And the basket by Rose. And the Pistons lead by 14. Graham dishes to Bridges. Lets the three fly. Washington, the second chance points on the tip in. Washington's got 4 points this quarter.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Here's Graham with the putback. Great positioning on the putback. And that's now 6 points for Cody Zeller.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Now the pass to Galloway. Drops in the layup for two.
I mean, you got to respect the guts of Galloway. I mean, at 6'2", it's great to see him capitalize inside.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And so it's... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Doumbouya. He's out there with John Henson. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward position. Well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointers, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that it happens. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement. And they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they have 3 of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30%, and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement. Yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball game, if that makes sense.
It does. Perfect sense.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Batum. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Pistons leading by 12. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Pass to Henson. Here's McCray. Sinks the triple. And the Pistons lead by 15.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you can leave alone. Not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
Down low. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Batum kicks to Bridges. Back to Batum. Shot on the wing. Kept alive. A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got 4 this quarter.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Mikhailuk. The putback. Pass to Doumbouya. Here's McCray. There's the triple. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes it to Graham. Inside. There's Bacon. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Some changes for Charlotte. Washington comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Rozier in for Nicholas Batum. And that one misses. Pistons leading by 13. Oh, Griffin in position. And Griffin slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Rozier, the pass to Bacon. Zeller trying to free himself up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, this is one of the areas of the court where Zeller gets most of his offense, either converting inside, going to the line, or both.
Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. No good on the second free throw.
They'll take it, even with the miss. Anything they can do to cut into the lead.
Left side Rose, outside for Griffin. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Kennard. Rozier defending. The pass to Griffin. To the middle. Here's Wood. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Wood's got his first points of the night.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Pistons.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Blake Griffin.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Rose. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Graham, the pass to Washington. And the layup falls.
Oh, that's just a terrific night for him from the floor, making almost everything he looks at.
And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior, gotta love it.
It's good on the putback.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in, well, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
focus going into the year.
How can we make the game fun? You know, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but a lot of times from the dev standpoint, we're like, how can we make the game more realistic, or how can we make it look more like what we see on TV? And sometimes those things aren't equal, right? Sometimes a really fun game is not necessarily the most realistic game. So we went through through a lot of just different.
Beautiful Charlotte. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Washington. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds. And, of course, Charlotte right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And, for the Wizards, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
It's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
And now Washington's starting group. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the 3. And for the Hornets, we've got Bismack Biyombo, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And here's Brown outside. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Bridges, no one around him. Offensive rebound, Washington. Second chance shot, and he overshot that one, missing. And they're running. Here's Bryant, and Bryant slams it in.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. 5 to shoot. Pass to Biyombo. Dishes to Bridges. Tips it up, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
Wide open look. Washington, that's good. The Wizards have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Bonga, the pass to Hachimura. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his first foul. Is Smith. He's checked in for Shabazz Napier. Here's Bonga. Hornets with the rebound.
Just 1 made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Graham kicks to Rozier. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. For 3. Rebound, Washington. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Smith from the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. Hachimura, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Terry Rozier. Then for the Wizards, Mahimi comes in for Bryant. Robinson is subbed in for Brown. There's Bacon. Charlotte no good that time either. Washington trailing. Pass to Bonga. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Here's Bacon, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
Washington's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in. Wagner, he's checked in for Washington. Here's Graham. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Robinson for 3. A rebound by Washington.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Here's Washington trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Miami. Here's Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Charlotte has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Left side, Batum. Here's Graham. Offline with his 3. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Wizards. Mahinmi is out there with Wagner. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then it's Robinson, and it's Hachimura in at the small forward. Doris, if you were going to build a team around one player, who would that player be?
Well, I think because of his age and continued growth opportunity, I would probably say Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's playing at an MVP level. He's still got another decade where he's probably in the peak range of his playing capabilities. And the reality is Giannis still has so much growing to do. He's a force at the rim. He continues to build that three-point game. And Kev, once he gets that in-between game, he will be unguardable.
Can't argue with that at all. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
The pass to Wagner. Back to Napier. To the inside, and stolen by Zeller. Bacon the pass to Batum. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's Wagner. Another one falls for Washington.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
And they get it. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Here's Washington. Guarded by Mahinmi. Goes back up. Bacon's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Troy Brown's checked in for Washington. Now here's Napier. And he just worked New York in that last game. And the foul on Dwayne Bacon. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Washington. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
Got a piece of it. They retain possession. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
Wizards making a switch here. Bonga's checked in. The Wizards have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. The Wizards working the ball around now. Napier, that's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Rozier. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game. Brown against Batum. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. The shot missing. Now Washington takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively. Drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
And the Wizards making a change here. Smith is checked in, so it's the Wizards now. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. Wagner passes to Smith. Puts up a 3.
There is a quickness and a physicality. Terry Rozier has all the tools to be a tremendous defender.
Here's Bridges, and the layup is good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Zeller. That one falls. And the Hornets lead by 1.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Doubled by Bridges. Down low and stolen by Biyombo. Bridges with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And stolen by Zeller. Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely. Batum against Brown. A shot by Batum, no good. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Smith kicks to Mahimi. Pass to Bonga. Back to Mahimi. Brown right side. Fires it up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biyombo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Wizards making a switch here. Hachimura is checked in. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. For 3, Smith. Zeller grabs the board. Charlotte in the lead.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, Greg, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end. Just not much you can do when he gets the ball that close to the bucket. It's lights out.
The shot's good. Here's Graham. Outside Batum. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. Thanks for joining.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing from Cody Zeller.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Washington out there with Bridges. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2 guard. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And finish off by Bryant.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Washington. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
Napier feeling it out a bit. Here's Bunga.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
The wing jumper off target. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. Up again. But he gets it back.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And so Napier will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 1-point game. Brown dishes to Bryant. Brown. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Guys, what a back and forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Here's Graham. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Bangs home the trifecta. Bridges has got the game tied up here for the Hornets.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. Wayne Bacon's checked in for Miles Bridges. Smith up top. Rozier defending. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Bacon's got 6 points.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Robinson misses.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
It's good on the putback. Washington's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Smith surveying the D. They need this. Hachimura, no good.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Here's Wagner. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's such good work to make this a 1-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. Charlotte making some changes. Cody Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And it's Batum in for Rozier. Then for the Wizards, Mahaney's checked in for Mo Wagner. And it's Brown in for Utah. Now here's Batum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's good.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Zeller with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Wizards with possession. Hachimura the pass to Brown. To the paint. Nice ball movement by Washington. Smith for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Washington, that's good. And it's a 6-point Hornets lead.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
Smith for 3. And Bacon pulls it down.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's Graham. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Outside for Robinson. Shoots over Graham. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Robinson.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
Now here's Zeller. And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside of that. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with Coach Scott Brooks.
We've got 12 minutes to believe in each other.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So the Wizards 5 right now. They've got Bryant. Brown out there with Shabazz Napier. And there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Bonga in at the 3, the small forward. And the shot is good. Napier's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Wizards. Zeller against Mahinmi. Over to the left wing. Passes to Bridges. Over Bryant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Just good at drawing fouls. Bridges plays well in traffic and through the contact.
And that one falls for Bridges. Hachimura, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Both free throws good from Bridges. Wizards trail by 6. Pass to Bonga. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
The pass to Zeller. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And stolen by Napier. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Here's Hachimura. And that one is stuffed right through.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
On defense, the Wizards trailing by 2 and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call on Washington with the foul. And that one falls for Bridges.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's foul number 2 for him. Now Napier. Pass to Hachimura. It's stolen.
Really poor pass there, guys. And the D did a great job capitalizing off the mistake.
That one drops for him.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky. That those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
For 3, Bridges connects from 3-point range. Bridges has got 10 points in just the second half. Lays it up off the glass.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Charlotte leading by 5. Passes it to Bacon. Back to Rozier. Kicks it to Biyombo. 6 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Biyombo's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
The high post shot. No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. And here's Brown outside. Kept alive by Washington. Bryant with the tip. Great positioning on the putback. Hachimura's got 4 points this quarter.
One thing you can say about Hachimura, he is not afraid of the challenge.
Over to the wing. Now, here's Bridges. He's tightly guarded. Out to the wing. Here's Bacon. And that one hits back iron. And here's the fast break. Bonga, no good.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
The shot's good from Bacon.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Wizards trail by 7. Brown outside. It's deflected. Here's Bryant, and it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Brown the pass to Hachimura. Here's Bryant. And he drops it in from the low post.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
It's good on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 7.
We call that persistence, folks. Bismack Biyombo is a force on the offensive glass.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Cody Zeller.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He told him, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Evan is trying to keep him focused.
Now, here's Biyombo. Defense is right there. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges passes to Washington. Count it, good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Pass to Graham. Out to the right wing. Bridges for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
So it's Charlotte picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.